Well, guys, out here today, we're back planting cotton. We are planting some ground that we rode up about 3 weeks ago, and this field here goes from a fine sandy loam on the crown up there to down here on this end to a silty clay. So totally different CECs, CEC on that end probably 10, 15 to 25 down here. Really got to slow down too. Got to run your road cleaners. We're running from Precision Plant. We're running a clean sweep, which has just made a world of difference. It's not perfect, but we're trying to help. We're trying to help this guy get his crop in, my neighbor here, best he can. This kind of ground, I mentioned earlier, it's best to do all your tillage in the fall. So this is my setup. Man, crossing over and sure enough, tough ground. Yeah. Beautiful day, beautiful day. So we're running all Precision Planting, like I said earlier. Got the Gen, I guess that's the Gen 1 screen. Haven't really upgraded to the Gen 3, just don't see it necessary yet. Still works great, and running field view. Really like it, showing our delta force. We're running hydraulic down force to ensure that we're getting good seed placement and good ride, and the pressure is applied where needed and where it's not needed. So this map is showing our delta or down force. What you want is you want a lot of greens. You don't really want blues. The blues mean we have lost ground contact. So basically, by losing ground contact, that means you have basically pulled the whole unit has come out of the ground, and your seed's probably laying on top of the ground. Sometimes it doesn't mean that, but with planting cotton, we're not planting real deep. So most of the time with cotton, when you lose ground contact, the seed's on top of the ground. So we want to make sure that the seed is in the ground. And that it's getting good seed to soil contact. This is our applied downforce map. So this is actually showing how much pressure or downforce we're actually applying. We've got our chart over here. It starts at 50 pounds, less than 50 pounds, 50 pounds, and then goes up from there. 50 to 100, 100 to, but yeah, so that's that. And I mean, I can look at a lot of different things, but that's really all I really look at. So yeah, that's some of that. And we're running a John Deere guidance. We're running SF3 Starfire Starfire, I guess you call it Starfire 3. Closest thing to RTK that we can get from John Deere. It's been good. I've been running it for about 3 years now. Haven't had a whole lot of issues out of it. Actually haven't had any issues out of it. Running a 6,000 receiver, John Deere receiver on this particular tractor. Still got some, this is actually only 6,000 I've got. Still running 3,000s on the 6155 that he's running on the Hera. And we're running Starfire 2 on it, but But yeah, turn around here and get planted. But running a 2630 John Deere monitor. I really like it. The monitor, you know, I've got a 40. I think we've got a 4600 processor in the 6155R. I like it. I'm getting used to it. I mean, I like all the new stuff. I guess I just like the new layout. I like all the different things you can do. In our new sprayer, you'll see later, video spraying and all. It's got the new Gen 4 processor in it as well. Really like it. But yeah, I like the 2600. I meant 2630 screen. I don't know, it's just been a good one. So, but yeah, shout out to Midland Micro Mobiles. I've been running them for 3 years now. Thought about getting a base station. They just come out with a base station. Thought about getting it, but those are great radios, and this is the smallest one you can get. That's the 115. I mean, for us in the field, I mean, for here, I mean, we've got this one big bottom. It's about 1,400 acres in this bottom, and I mean, they work great. Our shop's up on top of the hill up there. I don't know if you can see the silos and all of our shop's just right up on top of the hill. And I mean, you can talk from the shop to here. And on this particular tractor, I think I'm running the little, I don't know, I can't remember what they call that one, the micro antenna or something, but it's good. It works good. I'm actually just running the small antenna on the 6155. I've got the big, what they call the whip on my truck, on my F250 with the 115. It works really well. Thinking about going to the I think it's 400 or the 575 or something like that. Thinking about buying one of them. I just hadn't done it really, but yeah. But this is what we got going on today. Answering some calls, doing some seed stuff, and answering emails, and working on some of that as well. So, but yeah, we've had a pretty eventful day so far. Truck did the Dougie right in the middle of the highway, trying to turn in and load it with seed and water, and about got pushed off in the ditch. But luckily nobody was hurt, and nobody hit us on the highway, and everybody was safe. So yeah. But this is what we got going. Look how rough it is. It's real cloddy. Not really what you want, but we're gonna run that. We're gonna run our road planers down a little bit, try to sweep some of that out the way, and try to get down a good seed to soil contact. It's rough, but I mean, we're getting there in the ground. We're getting there in moisture. So yeah. And I'm not putting out any liquid. I know you see probably something sloshing in the tanks. Actually, I take the weights off the front of my tractor just to I just like to be light as possible going across some of these silty clays. This 8000 series and the planter and all it. We really see a lot of compaction issues after planting pinch rows in between the duals and stuff in these silty clays where they do. We'll go ahead and raise them up. See, the ground's getting a little better, getting a little sandier. So we'll go ahead and raise them up. And but yeah, but yeah, I'm not running any liquid. I run some liquid on my on corn. I'll put out 15 gallons of 32 with a little zinc. I hadn't really got into any of the I'm gonna call it frou-frou juice, jungle juice, whatever. Some people call it snake oil. Probably should, but just, man, I don't know. I haven't seen any. I put it out in the past. Hadn't seen anything really makes me want to change my mind. So, but anyway, we have good luck putting out 15 gallons of liquid. We put a stabilizer with it, and we dribble it right over top of the seed trench, and have good luck with it. But yeah, so that's my gauges, my red ball system for that system. I run it on a ground driven pump out there, and as you can see it out there, we can take the chain off of it now, so it's not pumping. But yeah, so yeah, we're rolling. this farm. Sorry, I'm bad. Yeah, we got to do one thing at a time, one thing at a time. So, yeah. Alright, we're off. Yeah, we're running some pretty good running. I'll swing the camera around and show you, but I don't know if you can see all I got just screens up the wazoo, but so yeah, we're going down through here. We're rolling pretty good. Running about, right now running about 6 miles an hour. Good sandy stuff here that we're in right now. Like I said earlier, we're going to drop off in some silty clay here in just a little bit. We're going to have to slow back down just to keep good ground contact, keep a good ride so we can get that seed into moisture and keep our seed placement as even as possible. Keep the seed hoppers from bouncing and that way that we get good singulation and good seed placement. So yeah, we're in some real good sandy stuff right now. I got David, the Ukrainian, on the Hera. He does pretty good. I have to let the lead immediately. I gotta slow down. I mean, it just got rough. Let off. We gotta keep the greens and stuff on our iPad. I don't know if y'all can see all that, and I'll show that to you in a little while. But slow way down, 4 miles an hour. Yeah, since we just rode this up on this soil type, I mean, we got a lot of clients. We worked it wet. It was wet when we worked it, but the guy wanted us to work it, and I mean, you know, he's trying to get a cotton crop in, and so we did. And but we are definitely seeing the effects. Trying to work ground in spring when it's wet. You work wet clay, I mean, you're just gonna roll big old clods around. Basically, you're gonna make a clod that's this big, to this big. And if you don't get a rain, they never have a chance to melt together, and you don't get good seed to soil contact. So, in our soil type here, I mean, it's best to do all your tillage in the fall. I mean, I look at fall tillage just as important as plant. Well, I shouldn't say plant, but it's just as important as anything. Making sure you can plant on time in the spring. Well, your first trip across the field in the spring is either a sprayer or usually we do aerial application because the fields are too wet. We don't want to run them up or anything, but so usually we'll do an aerial application with an airplane for burn down. But our first trip across the field usually is a planter in the spring. Well, let me see who's calling. Catch you back. So we're out here running ditches, PTO ditches. We run these we call them water furrows. Some people call them water furrows, some people call them water furrow ditches. I don't know. We call them water furrows. So David's out here running water furrows right now on the track machine. And this is after we planted, before we put our pre-emerge herbicide. So this will be the last thing we do out here in the field. So that's what it looks like. Looks good. It's all clean out. Water should come right out. Sling it out. But this field is ready for pre-emerge. We've got some morning glories, and then these are what we're after. Those right there, 2 weeks. So, yep. Gotta get the marks on and cap her all out now. This was one of the very, very rough parts of the field too, by the way. But Anyway, all right, well, we're gonna get back to planting, try to finish this up. Say finish it up for the day. Got about, by the end of the day, should have about 180 acres planted. So it's been a pretty good day. I've had an eventful day. Tore the tie rod end on the F350 come out this morning, which y'all saw that earlier. But one thing I didn't show, David was folding up the Harrow, and the gauge wheels on the Harrow, they're a little wider, and I mean they're a little, basically the tractor's, I guess, a little too small for that 40-foot Harrow. But he was folding it up, and I told him earlier today, I said, look, you know, we got a hydraulic top link on it. And I told him, you know, so you got a hydraulic top link, so all you gotta do is, if you want to fold it up, you gotta roll it all the way back. Otherwise, when you come over, because it folds over, otherwise, if it comes all the way over, it'll do that. So we've had a few things today. It's not too severe, but still not ideal, not what you want, but it's part of it. So, yep. All right, well, let's get back after it. Well, we got the lights turned on. We're about to roll out. We're gonna do a little jamming too. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching.